All right, we got the Broncos and the Lions. Uh, what do you even say about this? What do you even say about realistically what's going on with the Lions? Not only just this year, but just in general, the past few years. This is definitely a team that looks like they should be a much higher caliber than what they're playing at.
Yeah, we've alluded to that, and I think in a couple other episodes. But all the talent seems like it's there. I mean, I know they traded away Sua, but he hasn't really done much for Miami either. So
Yeah,
it just Calvin Johnson's not playing as good. Stafford, like they look honestly, they look the worst that they've looked in quite a while.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
maybe not like the 0-16 season, but
no, they don't look that bad, but they definitely they're looking at a down year.
oh
So it
yeah,
looks like uh, Denver, on the other hand, Denver's offense honestly doesn't look great, but their defense does. Their defense
yeah,
looks really good,
yeah.
uh, and they're undefeated still. So I don't know how long that's gonna last.
Neither why. The thing is, a lot of people are asking this thing about Peyton Manning. They're like, "Oh man, he's starting to look his age. He's starting to look old." I honestly don't
Right.
think he does, and I think I dwelled on this a little bit last week too, but it's going to continue on to like this week. Is I don't think he necessarily looks old. I just think that their new offensive coordinator and their whole just the way they run their offense just doesn't match his playability, and he's just having a rough time getting. And despite his rough time, he's still winning games. Their defense is winning games. He's still winning games, and
I think this has been said in the media probably a good bit, but Peyton Manning likes to play from shotgun,
yeah,
and they've had him playing under center. So when he's been put under shotgun, he has played quite well, really. His best plays, I mean, he finally had a completion over 20 yards this week. Maybe his arm strength isn't as good as it was, but I mean, he was never that mobile anyway.
yeah.
I don't know. I think his decline has been a little overstated. I mean, weren't they saying the same shit about Brady around this time last year, and then they won the damn Super Bowl?
Exactly.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that Denver is going to do that, but I am saying that I don't think it's as bad as it's being acted like. I don't think Manning is. A lot of people are acting like he's just washed up, and Peyton Manning, 80% or even 50% is better than most quarterbacks out there.
Now,
You
if
know,
Denver was in the season like Baltimore and they were 0-3,
right,
or even I guess a better example is like the Lions who are 0-3,
right.
then I would be probably a believer going like, I don't know, Peyton's looking a little washed up. But the fact that they're 3-0 and people are still kind of criticizing Peyton's age is kind of like I don't
The
think that's a
the
factor.
the last high-profile quarterback we saw retire was Brett Favre,
Hmm.
and his last season with the Vikings was brutal and painful and sorry, and it was obvious that it was time. I mean, if you're still having success, I mean, just the year before that was when the NFC Championship run. So I mean, it could happen quickly, I guess. But like, if you're still having success, it's why would you leave? I mean, some players do, and I guess leave on your own terms. But it's like it's kind of hard to walk away or tell him he's washed up when you're 3-0, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. We'll just let the season play out. He'll get. I think you have a point with your talking about new offensive system and all that. And then I think the coach is going to have to learn Peyton too, a little bit. It's both ways on that.
This one
So
thing I really gave John Fox a lot of credit about is when they signed Peyton Miller to the Broncos, he flat out said like, "You take full reins. I mean, you know what
Right.
you're doing. Yeah,
Right.
everybody knows you know what you're doing." And
Right.
I don't think Broncos new coaches are giving that to him, which is surprising. That when you have a guy like Peyton Manning, that you're not giving him that full reign, because you're also not seeing Peyton sit there and audible at the line like he always
Right.
has.
Omaha. Omaha.
Right.
Uh,
You're
I
sitting there
guess.
and seeing Peyton just accept the calls that they give, and that's just what play we're gonna do. And I don't know. That's weird to me.
I
It's
guess
very bizarre.
if you're Gary Kubiak though, and he's looking at it, yeah, that's what John Fox did, and John Fox just got fired. So it's like I could see wanting to approach it slightly different, but he definitely needs to give Manning a little bit more free reign than he has. But I mean, you can't really say what they're doing isn't working because they're undefeated.
Yeah.
So it's been a little bit rough. It hasn't been pretty, but all that matters is winning. So uh, Denver still looks good. It's just they're not setting records on offense. Maybe they don't need to. I mean, when they did that, they got dismantled in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think the decline of Peyton Manning is much overstated,
I think so.
personally.
And even if there was a decline, you mentioned about Favre's last year in the Vikings. Like realistically,
Right.
since this year they are retiring Favre's jersey and everything, no one's remembers Favre's bad year at the Vikings. If anybody's
Right.
gonna remember a last stand with Brett Favre, it was the NFC Championship year with the
Right.
Vikings. Like,
That was kind of his. Well, I guess his last big moment was when he got that 500th touchdown pass to Randy Moss. I remember that was a nationally televised game.
yeah,
It was really the last bright moment, really the only bright moment of that whole season for him. But like, yeah, I mean, as far as on the national stage at the elite level, people are gonna remember that game way more than that last year. I mean, Joe Montana played for the Chiefs.
yeah,
No one fucking talks about that, you know?
yeah. I think even Reggie White played for the Chiefs. It
Yeah.
was like, I know he played for the Eagles
Uh,
too, but I think he retired on the Chiefs, and yeah, no one remembers him on that. People remember as being the Packer.
Michael Jordan played for the Washington Wizards.
Oh yeah,
You know?
exactly. He also retired
Uh,
like 3 times before he retired,
right.
but then again, so did
I don't
Brett
think
Favre.
it's that. I will say this: his run with the new team has definitely been a little bit memorable than any of those runs we just named. He's had more success. It's kind of like Kurt Warner's, I guess, switching teams
Yeah,
and still having success with the new team. I believe Kurt Warner and Peyton Manning are the only two quarterbacks to go to the Super Bowl with two different teams. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I
yeah.
can't think of any
Now I'm
others.
curious. Yeah, I can't think
Um,
of anything on the top of my head, but I'm kind of curious.
and I
Like,
don't think any of them have won it. If so, maybe as a backup or something. But I'm talking starters.
yeah,
So it's an interesting side note, I guess. But Manning not done, and he might still retire though. I mean, I think especially if they actually won the Super Bowl, he'd go out. Uh,
I still firmly believe if they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, he would have retired. Just go out
maybe
on
so.
top.
Maybe so. Detroit, meanwhile, looks like well, they look like bottom feeders. So, uh,
Detroit at this point looks like I don't think they're going to get their first win until they play Chicago. You know?
hey, they do look better than Chicago.
Yeah.
So,
I,
despite the record, so
I just don't. I don't see a lot going for Detroit, and honestly, coming from a man who's a big Packer fan and everything, it kind of makes the NFC North division pretty fucking easy this year. When you have
yeah, the big threat's the Vikings for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, but I mean, between Chicago and Detroit, they're not even a threat.
Right,
So it's not
right.
really a big deal.
Yeah, that's true. Packers look probably better than ever, and the NFC North looks weaker than it has in a while.
Yeah, it has.
Uh,
Yeah, it was only I think just a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago, that the NFC North was one of the tougher divisions to be in.
well, yeah, look at all the contenders that have. Every team has contended